Ain't gon' tell you that they love you. They gon' lie to you too. Figure out which one the truth. Nigga, I got it off the muscle. Took all the stress with it too. Born soldier at the PJs. Don't get this shit confused. They gon' tell you that they love you. They gon' lie to you too. Figure out which one the truth. Nigga, I got it off the muscle. Took all the stress with it too. They gon' get this shit confused. I still got love in me too, huh? Still got love in me too, huh? Yeah. I still got love in me too.
I'm in the mix. I'm with the mixed baddies. I'm lit. We at the lit Addy. We at the B&B. Put that phone on D&D, baby. Hey. I'm in the mix. I'm with the mixed baddies. I'm lit. I'm at the lit Addy. I'm at the B&B. Put your phone on D&D, baby. Hey. Give me that. Shorty, give me that bottle.
My name is Danielle Johnson. I was born in Boston, Massachusetts. I'm the CEO and founder of SparkFM Online, and this is my story. Being a founder of color means leadership, taking the reins and making it happen.
This lunch is over.
Lunch is over.
Lunch is over.
We are the Loop.
This is your boy Alessi's from Your Soy Customs.
You're rocking with your boy, the Real D Nation.
And this is Lunch is over.
Ain't gon' tell you that they love you. They gon' lie to you too.
What is the Tyrus Ryder representing for Spark FM? We're not bark at them, you know.
Damn, you ain't finished eating yet? Yeah, I'm talking to you. It's your girl Red Shades, and you are now tuned in to Lunch is Over on SparkFM Online.
Hey yo, DJ WhySham, what a guan. Keep rocking them ones and twos. Spinning. Yeah.
Hey yo, this is Battleaxe, the Extramentalist, checking in from Dorchester. And look, lunch is over, alright? Doesn't necessarily mean you gotta be done eating your food. You can just take a snack, sneak it back into the office. Try not to chew too loud though. Matter of fact, turn up DJ WhySham over your chewing, that way you won't get caught. Alright? Keep it locked right here on Spark FM Online.
You know I ain't got no room to talk because I be eating mad slow. Yo, it's your girl Amanda Shea. Tune in to Spark FM Online because lunch is over.
This is Brandy Blaze, repping 617 all day, every day. You're now tuned in with DJ WhySham. Go ahead, baby, drop that.
Really make some noise for Extramentalist. Let's go. Yeah. Keep that energy up for Extramentalist. Let's go. Yeah. I'm saying reloaded. We finally live. Listen. Oh Lord, I bet somebody was recording when she burst up in the church and started working at the Sunday service. 1 million views, I guess it served its purpose. Now I won't tell you how to worship, but see them saints and holy rollers might say Jehovah won't get on if you all been over for. Now you want IG going live from the dope house. Put grams on the gram and that's how you show clap. They track your location, that's why team might roll out. When you roll up, you in the holding cell because of what you're selling on social media. Take the verse to the track, no politics to rap. I follow you and all your coolest snitch, just be sure to follow back. Please say journalism, it's a new mind, new business. Got these bottles of attention, I pass them off as overprinting. Oh yeah, validation, admiration, that's the latest drug of choice, a new addiction. I'm a vice, you're the vice, we're the vice, supervising intervention. Peddlers pushing dope, intervention, pushing sex, press the button on your phone once you get caught up in that. And it goes E-X-T-O. It goes E-X-T-O-S. We'll parade us, showcase us with the hopes they embrace us. So even if they hate us, we'll switch it up. I go completely new to tell my music. Within the years over, if you done beat me to it. Put out my sex tape with my mixtape on the same day in October. Long and track those at the same time. Now all these rappers beefing online and need to be on site. If or whatever happens, I'ma put it up on my blog site. Somebody die. and I offer condolences, even though I was the main one promoting. As soon as we over, we're looking for 2 more to keep it exploiting. Hold up. What's up, everybody? How we feeling? Shout out to DJ WhySham and Boston got next. SparkFM, I see y'all. I go by the name of Extramentals, and we're gonna talk about how we died just real quick.
This is Lunch is Over.
Lunch is over.
Lunch is over.
We are the Loop.
This is your boy Alessis from Your Soy Customs.
You're rocking with your boy, the Real D Nation.
And this is Lunch is Over.
Ain't gonna tell you that they love you. They gonna lie to you too.
What's good? Lunch is over with DJ WhySham from the 617 to your backyard. That was just a quick snippet. We got the one and only. We got 3 people in one right now with you. Lunch is over on SparkFM Online, 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern, Tuesdays and Thursdays. If you live in Texas, the time might be different, so you got to figure out your time. I don't know. But again, we got 3 people. I'm joking. We have one person, one dope, talented individual who goes by many aliases. Jelani, Battle Axe, Extramentals. That was just a little snippet into what his life with me. No, so I'm joking. That was Finally Reloaded. That just happened this past September 2001. 2021. Whoa, I just jumped back. I don't even think I knew him in 2001. What? But no, that happened in September. We are grateful to have him, but now we got him on Lunch is Over. Without further ado, welcoming to the motherfucking, this is a stage, this is a platform, this is a radio show, this is Spark FM, this is number 1 for Urban and Caribbean, but I'm gonna let him introduce himself because I don't know what he want me to call him.
Ha. Well, here, I brought all 3 people, so we're gonna do this like this. What up, DJ WhySham and all of the Lunch is Over crew? This is Jelani. Nice to be here. Thank you for having me. Hold up, I bought Battle Axe. What's happening? Spark FM, Lunch is Over. What's the word? DJ WhySham Lamb, owner of the Sham Metaverse. You know what I mean? This is Battle Axe. Nice to. I already met you already, but good seeing you. Hold on, wait a minute. Extramentals is here too. Hey, yo, what's the word? The Extramentals is here. What's happening, DJ WhySham?
I love the Spark FM shirt. I was expecting the Extramentals shirt.
Extramentals remember to wear the Spark FM shirt, not Jelani.
I got an A at least,
Exactly. A for effort, right?
Wait, what did you just say? A for effort?
Yeah, because you said you had an A on or something like that. Is that what you said? Something like that. I guess.
Anyways.
All 3 of us appreciate you for having us with you on this spectacular evening on Lunch is Over. It is an honor and privilege.
Welcome to the show. I am grateful for you. We have a lot to chat up with in a small amount of time, but I am grateful. You've been rocking out with me, I feel like, for a while, just in general, in terms of supporting. You're like a great support. I don't besides a great MC, you're a great supporter in just staying in tune with what's happening in the city, whether that's like with the music or just like artist events, and just being you, and then you just keep popping up everywhere in my life, and I love it. Like,
I feel like wherever you at, it be happening. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But, what's crazy is you would think I've known you since 2001 for your intro, but I'm
not even gonna edit that because I was gonna.
Nah, we keeping that. Nah, 2001. So now we met on Dr. Dre's Chronic 2001 tour. No, sir.
I cannot look it. I wish.
All right, tell me about it. No, our relationship goes back to 2019, because I had just put out Axma under my Battle Axe moniker at the time, and the story I always love telling about how you and I met when Vibes and Offering was taking place over at
Mad Music Mill.
I'm sorry?
At the Mad Music Mill.
Yes, at the Mad Music Mill. Yep. And I had just did Exposure for the very first time for the open mic set. And in the chorus of it, it spells the word exposure.
I know what you're laughing. I'm about to laugh. I already know what
No. Listen. So it spells EXPOSURE. And when I jump off the stage, I had seen you around. Like I knew of you. I didn't know who you were. So I seen you for whatever reason. We were interacting, and you leaned over. You was like, "Yo, I enjoyed that song, and I was over there spelling it, except I misspelled it a couple of times. I had EXPSOUR. I was dying laughing, and to this day, we've had a whole bunch of laughs, but also a lot of working opportunities. So I'm forever, ever, ever appreciative of your support of not only me but all artists here in the city of Boston. And Boston loves you and respects you and champions you.
All day. And I respect you. Forget everybody else in Boston right now. This is about you. No, so I'm gonna hop right into it because we always skip over this question. So I'm gonna start asking it first. And I just want your honest opinion. Like, don't hold back. What do you like to eat for lunch? I like to get deep and act all serious.
I was like, oh man, she got me under the gun. I got this hot ring light on me. So I just went grocery shopping today, and not even on some New Year's resolution type stuff. I myself and my fiance, shout out Danielle. We are trying to like clean up our diets a bit. So as of late, even the end of last year, I've been making it a point to have like jerk chicken cut into salads. Like, so I have like I'll do like jerk chicken or maybe like curry chicken and mix it with a garden salad. I'm a weirdo. I don't do dressing, so I've been trying to do that. If I'm not being good to myself in terms of a diet, then I will get a big old plate of cabbage white rice. I mean, it's not that bad, but yeah,
it adds on. It adds up. It adds up. The rice and peas adds up.
It really. I know. I gained some of that COVID weight, but it's all good.
All right, now we're gonna hop into the serious. No, not the serious. I want to learn about you, like just a little bit, just a little bit.
Sure, absolutely.
So you have we did the introduction. Jelani, I say Jelani, the businessman.
No way.
Extramentals, the producer. Extramentals with the S.
Yeah.
And then you got Battle Axe, the MC rapper.
I love that breakdown. I was telling you behind stage, I was like, yo, you know what's funny? I never even really thought of it like that. And so
see, he was making fun of me on social media, like 3 names, put 3 names and stuff. But I'm like, you're the one who put out 3 names in life.
And I love that. That's probably one of my favorite flyers, legit, like for any show. So all right, so I'll explain this in short. Jelani's my birth name. It's actually Swahili. It means mighty and proper. And actually, it's the first track on my last EP. Yep. So Jelani. Battle Axe is my first rap moniker that was given to me by one of my late great friends, one of my first best friends ever, RIP to my man E. I was writing a rhyme. I had mentioned the word Battle Axe in the verse. He was like, yo, that's your name. I'm like, cool. That's my hardcore, whatever rap name, even though I'm not a hardcore individual, but whatever. Extramentals came because fast forward to like last year, the last couple of years, there's battle axes in so many different like entities and industries, like, and there's a battle axe rock group. So I wanted to make my name disambiguous, I guess is the word. And so I'm like, all right, there's no other Extramentals. I know that for sure. So I'm like, and I really wanted to delve into my my production more too. So I'm still going to be rhyming and like writing records and so on and so forth. But I wanted to put a lot of emphasis on my production and engineering. So I took on the name Extramentals. But your breakdown, your 3-person breakdown is actually on point. I like that. The businessman, the producer, the MC. I dig it. Oh, you're muted, I think.
See, I be trying to mute myself so I don't be talking while y'all were talking, and now I just muted. I was like ready to go.
No, I was like, oh, we're about to do this. We're about to do the American Sign Language interview.
Looking at I only know the letters. That's it.
Right.
Let me see. BATTLE. Battle.
Ooh, go ahead.
I forgot the X. I forgot X. I'll come back.
That's all good. Hey, you got that. I would have been at B like.
I used to know. I know. I'm sorry too, because I was like, I had to say that a lot, so I learned I'm sorry at an early age.
Yeah,
you learn all the curse words and all the like the meaningful stuff, like the everything else I don't care about.
Right.
But no, back to these 3 beautiful, different but whole beings. How do you balance all of them? You know, when it's time to make music, is it like, okay, or about to put out a project, and I wish you sent me the video. If you got time, text it to me. I'll post that too, what you posted on Facebook. Or actually throw it up though, so I can throw it up on there. You don't got to do that. Like, how do you balance, or how do you choose? Like, that's like 3 different questions in one, but like, where's the focus at when you're about to make a project? I'll say. Especially when it came down to I always get Is Ova. Like you have, I'm like the thing is, I have it all over my body too. But I'm like, I'm like, I got it on my arms, legs. Look at it. It's winter time for real. Make sure you stay moisturized, people. Summertime is okay for me, but wintertime, that's when it really kicks in because it's dry out here for a pimp.
And listen, and having all 4 seasons here, brutal on eczema.
Your body be like doing the moon.
It'd be X play a DM dry DMs dry. That's how dry it be feeling. But now, so as far as kind of like how I balance or create focus in what my approach is to creating a project, because I both produce and MC, I feel like the foundation for me is actually making the beats. Actually, I take that back. If I'm making a project, I usually will try to make it like the thematic or conceptual. So with Eczema, I wanted to make a project that was reflective of me. I do legitimately have eczema. I'm not making fun of people with dry skin. I am him, right? So so each title on eczema in some way, shape, or form is related to eczema. And of course, if you take part of my name and combine it with eczema, you get eczema. And so I will generally write the song titles first, just so that I know what I'm building around. So for the song, like for the scratch, right? I knew that I was going to incorporate scratches into it, and so I and in a way, it's kind of a nod to DJs, kind of sort of low key, but not really. But shout out to you, DJ WhySham. And so
I can't do that just yet, but I got you. Shout out to the real scratches.
You make the music happen. I've been places and you had it turned and had it lit and all that.
I'll make it work.
You do that. You do that. So so when I'm creating records or a set of records, I'll have the title so that I know what I'm building around and building into, create the track, write to it, and then in a way kind of repeat, unless of course I might already have a beat laid out. But that's generally kind of like my structure and my process. And balancing the two is an interesting thing because I think that I've been a part of, let's just say for most of my like career, I've been a part of different groups. So it wasn't up until maybe the recent 5 to 7 years that I really embraced solo work as far as being an MC. And so shout out to my homie Smoke, because as the hangers, like we do stuff together. But I in the last couple of years, I've really taken time to hone in on my solo work. And so balancing production and MCing and even engineering some of my stuff is cool. Like it's a pretty interesting struggle, and it's a beautiful struggle and dynamic, I guess I would say. And every day, every passing month, every year, I'm learning something new about being able to balance those aspects of me. Still muted.
You don't gotta let me know I'm muted. Okay, I got this. Look.
Right, I was like,
let's see. What was the changing moment when you were like, yes, I'm going to do music? Like when you officially was like, this is what I'm going to put out a project. This is what I'm going to do. And you put all these things into your head. Because again, you're a businessman as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like legit. So outside of my music life, I've always had a full-time job. Like I'm still working in a full-time job. But so I'm going to go ahead and just put it out there. I know that a lot of people don't like speak or say their ages. I'm 37. I've been rhyming since I was about 13. I've been producing for like a little under that, like probably since like 2004, like when I when I was just about to graduate college, basically is when I started making beats. So essentially So since I forgot the question. Oh yeah, like when was the turning point when I decided I want to put out a project? So my first project or my first.
It takes this money and time, but you got all the skills in the back behind the scenes. So.
Oh yeah, no doubt, absolutely. And my first project came out 2012. Like, so that was my first solo project. I had done like I said, group project leading up to that point, but my first solo project was 2012, and that was called Legend in My Own Left, because I at that point I just wanted to challenge myself and say, okay, I can come up with 9 records or at least 9 records and make a solid body of work. And then I was able to prove to myself, like, yes, I can do that. Fast forward to 2019 is my second project or EP, and that was Agsma, and now we're getting ready for Body, which the acronym is Better Off Doing You, coming sometime this year. Don't have a set date yet. So yeah, that was the making Legend in My Own Left was that solidifying moment where I could say, like, I can produce myself, and I can obviously, rhyme and engineer, a good portion of my stuff. So yeah, that was the turning point of that moment for me.
Who influenced you? Was it like Run DMC? Was it Easy-E? Future Like Me? No, so we stop.
Man, listen,
Are you into the ratchet? Like, who influenced you to actually just do music? Because I'm a judge. I'm gonna judge you when I see certain people. I'm like, I don't think this person raps.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at you like, I don't think he raps. But when you listen to this man's content, he got bars. He can actually spit. Like, and I don't be saying, because I don't be talking to anybody. I'm so serious. And that's why I'm gonna put a pause, and I want you to take over. That I was like even more like, I need him. I finally reloaded, and we still got to do this over because they didn't do what I needed them to do for the recap. But anyways,
shout out to you for having me to be a part of that too. It was fun despite any of that. You did an amazing job putting that together. So I appreciate you for having me and allowing me to rock.
We got more coming because I really feel like there's a lot of people slept on. And that's not like, I don't think, like, a lot of people think that's like a bad thing sometimes. For me, I feel like the city is just huge, just like any place else you go to. And then when I say slept on in certain ways, I'm just like, they're just we haven't touched everybody yet.
Right.
And that's what I looked at. We haven't been different places to be like, okay, yeah, we're slept on. But I say we're slept on because nobody knows us just yet. And I feel like the world goes on. Look at everybody still making music. There's no age limit on music. We got the rock stars freaking making music till there's people still, they just pop that 60 or whatever the word.
Yeah, absolutely.
And everybody has their own interpretation of how they want to take on music. But I just feel like we're slept on because we just haven't waken up enough people. And then we did wake up a lot of people, but I'm like, oh no, when everything opens, even virtually and stuff like that, it's going to be a takeover, a tour online, a tour wherever, tour every summer or something like that, we're just like, this man has to be on the stage. That's all that goes to say. Anyways.
Yeah, I appreciate it. So yeah, like I would say that my influences, they vary. Like you're talking about someone who grew up on your Busta Rhymes, Redman's, Fugees, like, and I'm naming them specifically because those are like the first groups that I started listening to when I could really understand and break down the meaning of certain bars and phrases and expressions in hip hop, like, at the ages of like 11, 12, 13. And then fast forward to, your a little bit to your Royce the 5'9", etc., who even at my age right now, I'm influenced by some of the more recent acts that have come out, be they your 3D Natees or, your Pusha T's or, a myriad of different artists that you're a Tech Nine or a myriad of different people, and those are MCs. And then for
Pusha T scared me. He made Drake come out and say he had a son. I like, Lord.
Right. Pusha T's no joke. That whole back and forth was interesting. But yeah, like, and then there's the MC inside again. I started rhyming before I was producing. So then with production, like of course your Dre's, your Timberlands, there's a producer. I don't know how active he is right now, but a gentleman named Red Spider DJ Green Lantern, but I named those two guys because at the height of the mixtape era, you and I had a conversation about this before once, but like at the height of the mixtape era when 50 Cent was dropping a lot of stuff, and when he dominated the mixtape scene and DJ Drama and all those guys, DJ Green Lantern's production style and Red Spider's production styles were the kind of the way that I would produce, because they both kind of produce they produce almost from a DJ's perspective. So it was like if I could tap into the mind of WhySham and make a beat, you know, for somebody, like that's how I'd want to do that, because it's not just me hitting buttons and hoping that somebody can rhyme over the track. It's being able to craft something around whoever I'm producing for, whether it's for myself or for somebody else. So my influences range greatly, and I would even throw in the group of guys that I first started rhyming with. And again, I had friends that I was rhyming with that passed away, but my homies E, Fats, and although Fats didn't produce, well, actually no, Fats was starting to produce, but E, Fats, and Jay were the first people who I ever got to see produce on a regular basis and in person. And then I would add in there my white twin, I'll call him, my man S. Dwayne Smith, my man Shannon, actually was the first person that introduced me to software that helped me start producing around 2004. So shout out to my twin, and again, much love and blessings to the fellas in heaven. So yeah, a lot of influences, but all that kind of gumbos into, you know, myself and where I'm at right now in terms of my music journey.
Let's see. I want to introduce one of our newest co-hosts and behind-the-scenes person to the stage real quick, and then we're going to hop right back into it. Welcome to the stage. It's Teddy.
What's going on, y'all? What's going on, man? Nice to meet y'all, man. Nice to meet you, Axe.
Nice to meet you, Teddy. Nice to meet you, Teddy.
Yes, sir, man. I'm Teddy Maurice. I'm the man with the cam. You know, I help WhySham in the back. But man, I'm enjoying this interview. And yeah, man, good stuff, man. I actually started looking at some new music, so I'm definitely about to listen to that when I get off here, man. But yeah,
appreciate you, Teddy, man.
Yes, sir.
And
yes, sir.
Have a reliable community. So yeah, man. Keep doing the amazing work that you're doing on that. Shout out to you.
Appreciate it, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, let's get back into this.
For sure.
And that was Teddy. Y'all will be hearing and seeing some more of him. He's behind the scenes, but he's in the scenes. Like we all out here right now doing the goddamn thing. You know, it's just like you. You got Jelani, Battle Axe, Extramental. You got Teddy. He's a videographer, a singer, a drummer, a producer.
All right. So now I need to go look for his material too then.
Look at my black peoples is talented. My peoples of colors is talented.
Multi-talented.
Let me see. I'll ask you a few more questions. This is my favorite one lately. What was your first, if you can remember, what was your first show experience like?
My first performance?
Yeah, performance.
Yeah.
Like, was you nervous? Wait, sorry, I'm gonna do a part 2 because I usually ask this too. Have you ever had any oopsies during a performance or just in life in general, like you forgot to give like the DJ your music and the DJ like me was like, oh, absolutely not, or something like that, and you're like scrambling. So yeah, like like a two-parter, a one question, a two-parter.
Yeah, for sure. And actually both of those questions can be answered in this one story. So 2002, and it worked out perfect. So 2002, as I mentioned, I've been a part of a couple of different groups, and the very first group that I was a part of was a group called Graveside, or G Side for short. So again, that consisted of me, the gentleman that I had just named before, also my homie D Money. He goes by a couple of different names too. Shout out to D, Clyde, whatever he is today. But anyway, the five of us were rhyming, and we were opening up for Talib Kweli, and this was when Lansdowne Street, before Live Nation bought it out, had they had a spot called Club Karma, and so there was a gentleman who mentored us. He connected us with a friend of his who got us in for that show. And so our first experience was dope because we were hyped just opening up for Talib. The very first record that we did, I had been practicing my verse all week, had known it word for word. I'd be in the corner of my classroom in Norris School, just like, you know, like kicking the verse and trying to remember for myself. And as soon as I got on stage, fumbled it, but I just freestyled through the whole thing. And, you know, the crowd didn't know because this was their first time hearing the record or seeing us perform. So that was my first oopsie, but it was great because I remembered all the other verses for the other joints that came up afterwards. And then I got to meet Talib Kweli after that too. Talib did a DJ set during his performance. And my sister, who actually knew him because she was living in Brooklyn at the time, brought me up on stage and introduced me to him. So it turned out to be a dope night. So the fumble verse was but the remainder of that experience is dope. So I'm always going to remember that. So yeah, shout out to my sister. Shout out to the Kweli.
I'm all putting my hands together already. I'm just excited, and this is jacked up, but I'm biased. I don't care. This is why I do like MCs, and stuff like that, because I don't know if that's what you identify by. I look at you as an MC, because the Real D Nation was just on the show last week. Shout out to him. Make sure y'all go tune into that episode. It's out now on YouTube, everywhere, bostongotnext.com/lunch is over. But anyways, he just said last week that his oopsie, like he had messed up, but then he started freestyling, and his manager at the time was trying to keep up, and they thought they knew the words, and they realized like what's happening because he had messed up and he just started freestyling. And I feel like that's something that saves a lot of MC like rappers, because it's like, all right, it's not about, what did I say last week? It's not about like, if you mess up, it's about how you recover. Because I feel like you're human, it's gonna happen, but it's like if you let other people know like, dang, I just fumbled this bad, then that really is just like, oh, okay, people really like to see how you're gonna recover. Like if you stumble over the words, be like, F it, like I got something better for y'all, like da da da, like they don't know it's your show. The only people who's gonna be looking at you crazy is your band, your DJ, and everybody else, but then that's up to y'all to follow along and keep that
it's almost like muscle. It's almost like muscle memory, or like an instinctive, like a knee-jerk reaction. Because in the moment, like, because what it was, much like this super bright light I got in my face right now. The light hit me in my face, and I just couldn't see the people. And then that light, it was almost like the MIB gun that that makes you lose your memory. Like I swear, it just like I blinked, forgot everything. But even if you're a kid who's playing around and you didn't take rap seriously, you might be kicking verses in the mirror and just be saying a bunch of words. And I was doing a lot of that, building the skills. So I think I just kind of tapped into that I guess my inner child who was just always rapping, and we just made it work. So yeah, so shout out to D Nation. I can relate, brother, because these things happen.
And I'll say one of my last questions, like I try not to have y'all sitting here for so long. What's the best advice you have been given that you would give somebody else? And then is that advice that you still carry today, or is it sort of like a one-timer? Like, they told me to save my money, but I'm like, all right, I only need to save it because I need to buy a new computer. But like, what's some advice that I'll say that you can, let me switch like this. What's some advice that you carry with you to this day that you would give to somebody else? I ask it different time every time. I don't know why. And like the question's right there, but I feel like for the person, I want to switch it up.
Yeah, absolutely. So I grew up playing tennis, and I still kind of play sort of here and there. And naturally, Arthur Ashe is a role model, not only to myself, but a number of different.
If y'all don't know who that is, let me hop back in real quick. Y'all need to know who that is. I went to South Africa, so we learned a lot about this.
Yep.
Tap in.
Absolutely. So Arthur Ashe, an extremely accomplished and amazing tennis player and a philanthropist, just so many different things for the tennis community, had this expression, and I can't remember it word for word, but the crux of it is take what you have, use what you take what you have, and use what you have to do what you can, essentially. And so I'm gonna bring this full circle, right? So earlier you were talking about the little freestyle that I put out over the weekend, my 16 bars of your time, which I'm gonna do pretty frequently, Lord be willing, right? And I had the iRig, since last summer, but didn't use it, didn't really know how to use it, thought that I was going to need a better camera, better tablet, like I needed a Hype Williams level, equipment to make all this happen. And I said, nah, let me just hook my phone up and make it do what it do from there. And so taking the words of Arthur Ashe and applying them to my own pursuits and skill sets. Yeah, I took what I had and did the best that I could, and a lot of people responded to it pretty positively. So, and WhySham low key kind of lit the fire up under me to do that, because we were texting the other day and prep for today, and she was like, "Yeah, like, nah, I'm gonna need you to get in your content game like ASAP. Like, one thing that WhySham would do is hold you to the fire. You know what I'm saying?" And I had not been really engaging a lot in the last year, I was creating kind of quietly, dropped the record here and there, got to produce you and Kate Swag's Stepper joint. Shout out to you and her and DJ Dex and John Glass on the mix. But other than that, I was creating quietly. I wasn't really putting out a lot of material. And in 2022, I wanted to turn that around with the start of the 16 Bars of Your Time. And eventually my next project, full body project, Body, Better Off Doing You. So yeah, but in the meantime, folks, that's my advice. Take what you have and take what you have and do what you can and really use it to the best of your ability. Yeah, and just invest in yourself in that regard.
All right, and without further ado, I'm about to play this real quick, and then we have the Real Kid Tunes in the building. Stay with us, and we'll be back after our lunch is over, lunch break. But right now, check out this video that he just dropped on his Facebook. Okay, I don't be liking people be adding me on Facebook, so I'll say go to his Instagram and check it out. It's on your Instagram.
It's on my Instagram.
Okay. I'm like, if you ain't family or somebody close, don't add me on Facebook, please.
Legit. Yeah, I was never the tag all 99 of the first people on my like now. But I appreciate you for bumping this, especially like in impromptu. So yeah, this is or what you're about to see, 16 Bars of Your Time, and it's on Instagram, Facebook. Eventually, I'll have it on YouTube. And because that was the iRig kind of sort of live version, there will be another audio version that'll be a bit clearer and a little less distorted, so you can actually hear it better word for word. But enjoy in the meantime.
No day. Let's get to it.
All right, people, it's time for me to finally take this iRig and put it to use for my first post of 2022 for this new music, including this beat I just made. Now listen, all I need is 16 bars of your time. That's all it takes is 16 bars of your time. That's all I'm asking for. 16 bars of your time. Yes, the name is... Listen, I build the body of the fiends and I tear it apart. I model just how to do it for them. They sculpting my art. You chiseling it for muse. I think it's best that you knew. My definition of body is better off doing you. I drop a body at the end of every session, then I drive it directly to the lab and donate it to science. Don't call me the OG, but rather the OB. Ain't enough PPE for the original virus. You just a variant. Respectfully, you're the mutated, less aggressive version of me. I'm similar to a weapon you found at the Boston Metro. When I jump on these records, you bet I'm armed to the T. UV raise funds and I ain't taking it lightly. Getting the W's the only thing that excites me. Won't rest till I get that last letter. Why not give something to sleepy heads and these easy tops? I need 16 bars of your time. That's all. Thank you.
And that was Extra Mentals. Extra mental. That is not his tag, but that's what I wanted to do. Yo. For the one time. Oh, now I can't hear the homie. We're gonna play Exposure real quick, and I'm gonna take a quick lunch break, and we got the kid tunes coming right to you.
Service. 1 million views, I guess it served its purpose. Now I won't tell you how to worship, but see them saints and holy rollers might say Jehovah walk the door if you walk bent over force. You on IG going live from the dope house, putting grams on the gram, and that's how you show clout. They track your location, that SWAT team is gonna roll out when you roll up. You in the holders up because of what you selling on social media. Sanctuary to the trap, from politics to rap. I follow you and all your foolishness, just be sure to follow back. Just see sensationalism, just a new model. It's just we got these bounds of attention. I'm passing off the prescription because validation, admiration, that's the latest drug of choice, the new addiction. I'm the vice, you advice, weird advice, or supervising intervention. Peddlers pushing dope, and the pimps is pushing sex and backwards. On your phone, my you get caught up in that, caught up in that.
Bow, 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 bow. That was Exposure. Make sure y'all go check it out. It's out now on all platforms, everywhere, every motherfucking where. Okay, get them streams up. We will be playing that on the show tomorrow. Every day, today. Hold up. Look good. Let me see. Any final words, boss? Hold on, let's see.
Yeah. again, thank you first and foremost to you, DJ WhySham, for again just continuing and constantly putting on for the city by way of Lunch Is Over, by way of Boston Got Next, and the ways you utilize your platform at Spark FM. My next project, Better Off Doing You, on its way soon. In the meantime, you can enjoy 16 Bars of Your Time on my social media. You can follow me on all social media at Axtrumentals, AXESTRUMENTALS. If you can't remember that, you'll be able to find it on there somehow. And also, my SoundCloud has like beats of mine. It has the Axima project, and it has some other loosies and other audio that's on there. So go ahead and check that out, soundcloud.com/Axtrumentals. So yeah, everything Axtrumentals, and I look forward to putting forth new music for y'all to check out in the upcoming year. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and supporting and rocking with me. And thank you once again, WhySham, for having me, Jelani, and Beth on here. You know what I mean?
It's either make a living off of lyricism or sitting in the prison of a deferred vision, wishing I did it because I didn't. The scratching and the itching's indicative of ambition, or merely the symptoms of the eczema condition. Starting to get the feeling as I'm tearing and I'm peeling at my flesh is just revealing the necessity for healing. I'm bigger than my blemishes, bruises, bumps, and my scarring. All of us play upon a response to my boss and calling. My artistry's my heart, my body's made of paper. God tatted me up and inked my lines with his favor. I let my
Ain't gonna tell you that they love you, they gon' lie to you too. Figure out which one the truth, nigga, I got it off the muscle. Took all the stress with it too. Born soldier at the PJs, don't get this shit confused. They gon' tell you that they love you, they gon' lie to you too. Figure out which one the truth, nigga, I got it off the muscle. Took all the stress with it too, they don't get this shit confused. I still got love in me too, huh? Still got love in me too, huh? Yeah, I still got love in me too.
I'm in the mix. I'm with the mixed baddies. I'm lit. We at the lit Addy. We at the B&B. Put that phone on D&D, baby. Hey. I'm in the mix. I'm with the mixed baddies. I'm lit. I'm at the lit Addy. I'm at the B&B. Put your phone on D&D, baby. Hey. Give me that. Ooh. Shorty, give me that bottle.
My name is Danielle Johnson. I was born in Boston, Massachusetts. I'm the CEO and founder of SparkFM Online, and this is my story. Being a founder of color means leadership, taking the reins and making it happen.
This is Lunch Is Over.
Lunch is over.
Lunch is over.
We are the Loop.
This is your boy Alessis from Yo Soy Customs.
You're rocking with your boy, the Real D Nation.
And this is Lunch Is Over.
Ain't gonna tell you that they love you, they gon' lie to you too.
What is the Tyrus Riley representing for Spark FM? We're not bark at them, you know.
Damn, you ain't finished eating yet? Yeah, I'm talking to you. It's your girl Red Shades, and you are now tuned in to Lunch Is Over on SparkFM Online.
Hey yo, DJ WhySham, what a guan. Keep rocking them ones and twos. Spinning. Yeah.
Hey yo, this is Battle Axe, the Axtrumentalist, checking in from Dorchester. And look, lunch is over, alright? Doesn't necessarily mean you gotta be done eating your food. You can just take a snack, sneak it back into the office. Try not to chew too loud, though. Matter of fact, turn up DJ WhySham over your chewing, that way you won't get caught. Alright? Keep it locked right here on Spark FM Online.
You know I ain't got no room to talk because I be eating mad slow. Yo, it's your girl Amanda Shay. Tune in to Spark FM Online because lunch is over.
This is Brandy Blaze, repping 617 all day, every day. You're now tuned in with DJ WhySham. Go ahead, baby, drop that.
Ain't gonna tell you that they love you. They gon' lie to you too. Figure out which one the truth, nigga. I got it off the muscle. Took all the stress with it too. Born soldier at the PJs, don't get this shit confused. They gon' tell you that they love you. They gon' lie to you too. Figure out which one the truth. Nigga, I got it off the muscle. Took all the stress with it too. They gon' get this shit confused. I still got love in me too, huh? Still got love in me too, huh? Yeah. I still got love in me too.
I'm in the mix. I'm with the mixed baddies. I'm lit. We at the lit Addy. We at the B&B. Put that phone on D&D, baby. Hey. I'm in the mix. I'm with the mixed baddies. I'm lit. I'm at the lit Addy. I'm at the B&B. Put your phone on D&D, baby. Hey. Give me that. Ooh. Shorty, give me that bottle.
It's a bouncy beat. Hey Dutch, you wanna start this off?
Yo.
Gio coming
Yo,
after.
I'ma need them all to back off my De Niro. Heard I'm the one, so they should add a couple zeros. Don't need no saving, bitch, I've been a superhero. Super clutch with the money in the middle. See, I never been a fraud, bruh. Home guard, squad solid as a brick, baby, yeah, that's on dogs. Fast forward the finesse, other niggas on pause. Have the crew be all puss, while my bitches all pause. Yeah. They was never rolling, now they tryna ride with me. Tryna be on stage, wouldn't stand outside with me. I ain't what I'm buying, see this grinding ain't for free. Now they say I changed and I think it's funny. Never took a L, see I always kept a G. Posted with the kid and the homie G.O.D. You ain't got the belly to come wanna romp with me. Y'all can get this, but can't get this money.
Oh, hating you can't get this money. The time that you spend. Oh, hating you can't get this money. The time that you spend, hating you can't get this money. The time that you spend, hating you can't get this money. I ain't never talk about it if I ain't done it. Niggas selling lies, swear to God they ain't been about nothing. Never try to be the one to get away with all that bluff. Never try to give niggas an image I never was. And if it's beef with me, it better be about a fucking budget. Niggas switching sides, claiming that they real when they wasn't. Be careful who you talk to and all of your discussions. They might switch the shit around and try to come at you and bust. Yeah. And why the groupie bitches off complaining about something? Yeah. I only wanna beat it all like a damn concussion. Yeah. Give me head till you get a goddamn concussion. Yeah. God forgive me cause you know I don't even love you. Yeah. The time that you spend, hating you can't get this money. The time that you spend, hating you can't get this money. The time that you spend, hating you can't get this money. The time that you spend, hating you can't get this money.
Yeah. That was the real. I keep saying the real Kid Tunes. I don't know why I'm jacking up everybody's name. I apologize. This is the Kid Tunes. I say the real Kid Tunes because he's the realest right now. Well, welcome to the show, the Kid Tunes. But that was the Kid Tunes and Friends. But I'm gonna have them come on so they can talk about it because this is fire. This is fucking. I should not be swearing. Sorry, hot sauce. And I was gonna play the the clean version because I definitely shout out to you, the Kid Tunes and all the artists for sending in clean music. But I wanted to play the video real quick, and honestly, that's what I could pull up because my iTunes is acting crazy right now. So, without further ado, welcome to the show, the Kid Tunes. We are finally not in person, but finally meeting. Finally, welcoming the Kid Tunes.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I know. Glad to finally be here.
Yes, what's up? Sorry for the
Nothing
wait.
much.
It's been long overdue. Super producer, you too. We got all the super producers in the building.
Yeah, glad to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes. Oh my gosh. And I know you are a hardworking man. I love the artists, and I love we are definitely just we got a lot on our plate. We trying to work, we trying to survive, we trying to make music to keep people happy. And I respect it. But
thank you.
I'm going to start off because I always forget this question, and I said it before. So now I'm just trying to keep it ingrained in my head. I know you've been working hard. You got long hours. You got your project is stacked just like my project. You stacked with yours, okay?
Yes, yeah.
You see, I played Dutch Rebel. I'm a little biased. That's one of my favorite tracks. That's the homie right there.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Talented, but everybody on your project's talented. But forget all that real quick. Doing all this, what do you like to eat for lunch?
Yes, great question. I love listening to shout out to Extramentals. That was great learning about him too. So love learning about what he eats as well in his music. But I was thinking about that after I heard you ask, and I'm always good for a good steak and cheese or an Italian sub or something. But I have to give out a shout out to a place from where I'm from in Billerica, Augusta's Market. If you're ever in Billerica,
okay,
they have the best chicken bites ever. So highly suggest that.
Oh,
very good.
All right. I like to travel when I get a vehicle. So that sounds good. I want to start going on the road and just taking the camera everywhere and be like, this is what I had to eat. And I'm so picky. So I'm like, I hope people would appreciate that because I don't be eating everywhere. So I'm going to check them out. Augustus, right?
Augustus, yep.
Oh, okay. And I like chicken bites. Okay, I want some chicken bites. I'm like, I put a little sauce.
Yeah, they're amazing.
But I am so glad to just sit down with you briefly and just chat with you. You are doing, again, I'm going to keep saying we as artists are doing a lot, but you are doing a lot, and you are growing with social media, growing with, how do I say it? With what the world is giving us, is throwing at us. I don't say throwing at us because it's already been here. We've already been doing virtual stuff. It's just now coming a little bit forefront. And if you didn't know what I'm talking about, the title of the Kid Tunes episode is NFTs and what the hell is that? Because I know what it is to an extent. Some people do, some people don't. But when it comes down to it, you are the only, well, there's two individuals, but there's one who's doing more digital. They're promoter, so they do promotions and stuff like that. But in terms of music, I hear everybody talking about, oh, I'm gonna do NFT, I'm gonna do NFT, but you're actually doing it.
Yes.
What the hell is that?
Yeah, so it's a lot is what it is. It's
in a nutshell, in a brief way for a breakdown for artists. If I'm coming to you, you're talking about, join. I know what Discord is, so I'm gonna definitely follow you on Discord. I want to get more active on that. But when it comes to NFTs, you're amazing.
Thank you.
I've seen the visuals, I've seen the content, and you got the cartoons, you're freaking 5 steps ahead of everybody. Okay. But let me stop talking. I want to hear about you.
All right, cool. So I mean, first of all, I started getting into this probably like heavily into it. I've heard of NFTs, and like everyone else, I was like, I don't get it. Somehow over the last month, I super dove in, and once I understood them and learned more about how musicians can utilize them. I'm sure, did you see what Nas just did with his music as well?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's similar to what I'm trying to do with my project. So all of these NFT projects run through Discord servers, the Bored Apes and all those ones that are going crazy. They all kind of start their communities through Discord. It's Discord. If no one's familiar with Discord, it's I would describe it as a group chat, but super organized and with
very organized.
Yeah, very organized, and it has things from other social media, like you can stream on it, you can have AMAs and stuff like that. So it's incredible. It's a great place for these NFT projects to grow their community. So basically what I'm doing, I can give you the main idea and the main utility, and then kind of describe what that means, I guess. So I've learned a ton over the last 7 years from just being involved in this stuff. And so I've learned that if you release instrumentals as a producer, it can be a super great way to earn income as a producer. People can hear your music, and that allows you to stream. You can make money off the streams of your instrumentals. And the more popular it gets, the more likely you are to get album placements or sync placements and stuff like that. So my plan is to release at least 140 instrumentals as like 10 instrumental albums.
Yeesh.
Yeah. And I have 100 more too that I'm currently trying to organize. But so like to release those on like Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music, places like that. And the NFT would be, you can combine music and art and have it be just like one NFT. So the NFT would be the album cover for the artwork, and the audio would be the actual instrumental. And so the main part of NFTs is like the reason why you can't just screenshot, the JPEG and say, I have an NFT right here, is because of the utility that's like underlying it. Underneath each NFT is an underlying smart contract. And so the utilities are like the main reason why NFTs are blowing up. And so what I'm planning on doing, and I'm learning more and more every day, it's like mountains of information. So right now, my main NFT is by purchasing and therefore owning an NFT. The smart contract written will give owners a 10% ownership and right now I have in the mechanical royalties that the instrumental generates. That's might change because I saw with what Nas was doing, he's given people ownership in the streaming royalties. And, it's super complex, but
did you hear about John Legend?
No.
John Legend. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna do it wrong. He's released. Oh, don't quote me. I'm gonna look it up as I'm doing this. But actually, I could keep going, and I'm gonna look it up as I want to quote it right because you're gonna be like, "What is that?" I'm like, "Shit, I don't know." Keep going. Sorry.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like the main idea is to release the instrumentals, and then owning an NFT will give you 10% of some specific type of royalties within it. And so, I've been trying to make it as a music producer for a while now, and as you know, with what you're doing, with being a DJ and stuff, it's super hard to break in to this industry. But so another thing I'm trying to do is, over the 7 years of being in this industry, I've made a few relationships with people. And so I'm trying to reach out to as many people as I can, not only for them to join the server, because as the community grows, all that does is help the project succeed. It's almost like, I don't want to say entirely based, but it's almost like the community funds the project. Like the more the community grows, that base essentially like funds the project.
But that makes sense though.
Yeah. So I forget what I was going to say. Oh yeah, I'm also reaching out to like producers to see if they want to add their own instrumentals to this project, and they'll be able to make 100% of the profits if like for their specific NFTs. Meaning like I have 140 instrumentals. I reached out to Jay Melodic, who's Tierra Wax producer. I've kind of DM'd with him a few times.
That's fire.
Yeah. So, there was interest, nothing yet, but like if he agrees to partner and adds, let's say, because I'm sure if any producers end up listening, producers have tons of beats just sitting on their hard drive. So
I know tons of them just sitting on their hard drive. I'm just like, what's that?
Yeah, exactly. So like if he adds just 10 beats or even one beat, and that's now Tierra Wax's main producer, and he's successful, with DaBaby and other people as well.
Right.
That's a huge incentive for people to want to, invest in one of these NFTs. Yeah.
Right. I'll read this real quick. It says Grammy Award-winning artist John Legend has sold his entire music catalog after reportedly striking up a deal in September 2021. DL Music, IP, LP, an affiliate of San Francisco-based KKR Credit Advisors. Okay. Each purchased a 50% stake in the catalog. While the financial details of the deal have not been publicly disclosed, it has been confirmed that the singer-songwriter sold the copyrights to his music works from John Legend Music, Inc., and his rights to receive royalties from any songs he wrote from December 1st, 2004 to January 1st, 2001. BMJ and KKR first announced their music partnership in March 2021 in an effort to pursue recorded music publishing, and other music rights acquisitions. They will join forces, source individual tracks to acquire music catalogs, bringing together, I'm just going to skip, deep experience, I think, interior and marketing. They have experience in market-leading music, digital media, and content businesses. I have a question for you. So with this, John Legend, somebody posted this, I want to say Twitter or somewhere, one of these social sites. And I thought about this myself too. not too long ago, everybody was fighting so hard to have masters,
Mhm.
right?
Yep.
And now everybody's trying to have people get. So I get it to an extent,
Right.
because if somebody's gonna invest, they're gonna invest. But it's like,
Right.
how does that work? I don't know. Like, I don't want to say what do we get out of it without sounding like rude. Like, what is the overall? Granted, clearly, if people, there's like, say, fucking, oh my gosh, sorry, hot sauce. Like, like, let's say you never know, 1 million people, because if you get 1 million streams, right?
Right.
And like, say if these were 1 million people directly invested into you, that's going straight to you. So I see the profit in that. But then when it comes to ownership, what does that mean in terms of, like, say if you wanted to give your song to a movie, or just in terms of the regular music business that was happening, of people fighting for having their masters and owning their. So what is the special significance in NFTs, I'll say?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I'm not like I'm still learning this stuff too.
And my bad, I don't want you to be like, I'm like asking a specialist. I'm just like,
no.
I'm like,
But,
we just fought so hard. Everybody was going crazy over masters, and now we're like, all right, you could take my song, you could take my piece, you could take that.
Right. I guess I could explain. I have an answer, but it might be a little bit to like answer you, and not too long. I'll try to do the best I can. But until NFTs, if you sign to a label, first of all, if you don't sign to a label, it's so hard to make it as an independent musician. So that's why people end up signing to labels, if they get that opportunity. So the way I can, I guess, best explain it is, music labels are pretty much a music bank, and they offer money to artists to create their album, their music, and their marketing, promo, and all that stuff in return for ownership of their song, right? So the labels end up owning the majority of the song for the artist to be able to make their music. So that's why you see people like, it even started with, if you research like Prince and musicians like that, they were complaining about not having ownership. And Taylor Swift, that's why she's like re-recording all of her music. Yeah. So that, I don't know how she's doing it, but I'm assuming now she has the money to be able to do that in the audience. So she'll now have like full ownership and stuff.
Right.
So that's why people wanted their masters, because labels, as you know, the music industry is so confusing. And so musicians, we're artsy people, so we just want to focus on the music.
Right.
We see business stuff and we're like, I don't want to do that. So a lot of artists simply just don't understand what they're doing when they sign to a label.
Facts,
and a lot of there's some great labels out there. I'm not saying don't sign to a label, but a lot of them, for lack of better words, like take advantage of musicians by putting in, they own a huge percentage of their music.
Right.
So now with NFTs, that essentially eliminates labels. It like eliminates the middleman, because you can now, because the reason why you sign to a label is to be able to have that money to make your own music, right? So now if someone buys your NFT, you both win, because if I have 140 NFTs, if I sell them for like $200 or $250, that's 140 times 250. That's how much money I'll raise. If it's exciting enough, I could do it in minutes, and we both win. That's why it's really blowing up, because if you own an NFT, you own a percentage in my music. So as I win, you win.
So how does this now work with, this doesn't have to pertain to, well, now I'm like, I feel like I'm asking all these deep questions. When it comes to artists, well, I guess I can answer that myself though, because I'm like, if you have features and you're paid or did whatever service, contract, whatever with them, like how does that carry over? Like, is somebody going to be coming and looking for your NFT? Like, that's
right. That's a good question. Well, that's why I heard you kind of mention about the Kid and Friends NFTs that I made.
Mm-hmm.
I've now abandoned that project because of the features. It makes it way too complex. So that's why, and I've learned that if you release an instrumental, you own it 100%. Right? If you're the producer. So now that eliminates all that confusion. And now, so once I learned that, I'm like, wow, like this is a huge opportunity here.
Right.
So
And you definitely again got a major Angelani, like all the producers got an advantage because like y'all the producers, like and for me, I'm like the producer, the engineer's been slept on. So get y'all shine, get y'all whatever. Just don't leave the DJ out, like help me out. What we got to do, but no, but that is definitely a major, and that's the only thing I can see like coming into because we get that now. We're gonna keep it real. I say this, I am transparent with it. I'm like, we got folks, fighting over splits, and I'm like. We got mainstream artists who are talking about they got 50 million, or 50 billion, and they only got $50 from the stream. So like y'all are fighting at a for what are we fighting for? Like what are we fighting about?
Yeah,
that sounds jacked up, but it's like it's a real reality. So I'm like, how does that become when it comes to that? Because that's like, oh well, nope, okay.
Right. And one other thing I just want to mention is like I did a quick Google search. I knew artists didn't own 100% of their songs. But in like that quick search, it said most like major artists signed to major labels own somewhere around 10 to 25% of their own songs.
All right.
So if you release an instrumental as a producer, you own 100%.
Everything.
Which is like you can create incredible income if you end up blowing up. And then so giving away 10% royalties is like really nothing in the big picture. Yeah.
Wow. Well, thank you for that amazing and explanation. Like, no, seriously, because it's like I it could be on Twitter, it could be on Instagram, it could be whatever, but it's still something just not clicking in. And I always say it always takes somebody who actually is in it and knows what they're doing, and not bots responding, or somebody get like for you. The breakdown's amazing because you're an artist, you're a producer, and I get that. There's people just hop on this digital platform and just throw yourself out there. Like, okay, I could do that, but you still need a following, and are you gonna follow me on this platform? Like, so that's just all right. Real quick, let's just talk about you a little bit. So
all right, cool.
How did you get into making music and being a producer? Like, when did you first realize, like, I want to be a producer? Was you just like beatboxing, like the old school grinding beats, making beats back in the day or something like that? Or was your friends rapping or singing? You're like, I think I can do something with this with a spoon and fork. I'd be so dramatic, but what was your introduction to music?
I've been playing music like my whole life. I started playing drums when I was 13. Took a few guitar lessons and things like that. But I would consider myself, mainly a drummer and a singer. So I started a band after college, or I didn't start it, but me and my friends started a band called Pineapple Jam.
Okay.
And we did that for a while. Yeah, it's like a rock band, like bluesy rock, kind of funky music. And, I was the drummer and singer in that band. And we did that for a while. And, at the same time, I was like, I love doing this. I love playing the drums and singing here. But I also started making beats around, like, I think one day my dad came home with, like, this digital mixer where you had to, it wasn't, in a computer where you could copy and paste something over and over. I had to, like, make the beat and not mess up. So that's how I kind of learned. And that was in, like, late middle school or, like, high school. So I've been making beats forever. And, while in the band, I was like, I also want to produce. I love hip hop and I want to do this as well. And to be honest, I sang and played drums and I made beats. And then when I heard 808s and Heartbreak, like my head exploded. Like Love Lockdown is why I'm doing this right now.
Oh, nice. Shout out to Love Lockdown. Okay. Wow, that's a classic though. Like, wow, that was.
Yeah, when I heard Kanye singing on his beats, I was like, all right, this is cool. Let me try it myself.
How did you get all these? Because we work with all these artists and I know the struggle. I don't know if you had a struggle of just coordinating with people. How did you get all those folks together without going in detail? Like, did you have to text, email? Because nobody knows that process on the backside. Like, everybody's like, I want to be on your project or whatever it is. And like, when they see something comes out, but then they don't get the dates, like, and the back and forth and the features. Like, say if, two features are not here, you got to wait, for a verse or something like that, or whatever it is. And that happens because, there's people out of state, but nobody really gets the in-depth like, you can be making your own project one, but when it comes to having more than one person on your out, I think we got more. You know, we got more work than these folks be doing. I was like,
oh yeah.
So if you want to just dive into anything about that, like how was that?
Yeah, that's a awesome question. Yeah. So I mean, I'll say just to start, it's like I knew it was gonna be hard, but it like blew my mind with how hard it was. It was like the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. But you know, I started in 2016. I was like early 2016. I was like, I'm gonna buy a computer. I'm gonna buy Ableton Live. I'm gonna buy Native Instruments, and I'm gonna make my own beats and like really try to do something with them. And so I spent like a few months making beats, and then I was like, why don't I reach out to up and coming artists, mainly rappers, you know, pretty much all rappers, and see if they want to feature on my beats. And as they grow, we can both grow, because until that point, and still now, like marketing is like by far my hardest challenge, my most difficult challenge for me. So
I hear that.
That was kind of my solution to that. Try to get people with like fan bases and grow with them. And eventually I ended up reaching to every single artist on the planet I've ever heard of. So like from local artists like Dutch Rebel, G.O.D., Michael Christmas, to like Kanye. Like I figured, like, why not? So I reached out to every rapper I've ever heard of. And, you know, that was starting in September 2016. I got Rome Fortune responded to me. I don't know if you know him, but he's an artist from Atlanta. And when he got just getting back to me and seeing that, you know, like not only an artist with a fan base, but like a skilled artist rap over my beats, it was like, whoa, I got addicted to that feeling. So, you know, from then on, I reached out to all these people. And I'll say if I reached out to 100 people, you know, I would just scan social media. I would look if they have an email. I would go through their followers, their likes. Like I went in deep to see like if it was their manager or anyone connected to them. And I DM'd them, emailed them, you know, however I could connect to them. And, you know, if I reached out to 100 people, maybe 5 get back. And maybe I work with one. Like, for example,
nobody gets the process, and that's the
yes,
thing.
no
Like,
one gets
right,
it.
right.
Yeah.
That 100 to it's just like that. But
yeah, it's so simple, but it's so hard. Like all you have to do is reach out to these people, but you have to like grind, and people just don't understand that. I don't think. Right. Well, you know, some do, but you know, it's difficult. But like, for example, I reached out before Megan Thee Stallion blew up. I reached out to her manager, and they got back to me. But like the feature price was way
crazy,
too much.
I bet.
So I'm like,
crazy.
Nah,
That'd be
I can't afford
the
that.
wild part. It's like, oh, they get back to you, then they're like, yep, we need this. Even for
Yeah.
interviews and stuff. I was like, I'm not.
Yeah.
Why? Are you crazy?
Yeah,
Like,
it's ridiculous. Yeah.
Granted, I get it to an extent, but I'm just like, is this interview
Right.
or whatever it is? You gotta.
Yeah, I hate that
One
pay to
day.
play stuff.
One day you'll get that feature, and they're gonna be asking you for the beats. I don't care who
Right,
the
right.
beats right now. So how about that?
Yeah.
But I wanted to touch on something that you said a little bit, like a paraphrase.
Mhm.
You have to grind for what you really want. And you
Mhm.
have to accept a lot of no's sometimes and a
Oh,
lot
yeah.
of waiting. Granted, I feel like, you know, you can control how long you got to wait. Because me, I'm not waiting till, like, I'll give you a month. That's it. I'm not chasing nobody because there's no way. Like, I might really wanted you, but there's always somebody else.
Right.
But the grind when it comes into consistency, that's the issue that we don't realize. And I say I try to take accountability for all, but you know, producer, DJ, whatever wise, like there's a lot that goes into it in the background, and we just want to make sure that, you know, artists are Gucci, like, you know, want to make sure you okay. Like our job's kind of easy, you know, and in the terms of sense of like recording, rapping, whatever, like, you know, like they got to do all that, but it's just like we just want to bring the folks together
Right.
at a unison,
Which is like incredibly hard in itself. Yeah, it's so
I'm
hard.
being so nice saying all this. Like, I'm like, I really want to rash. Like, but no, so I definitely respect and that's why I'm always like, let me see what he's up to. Like, I want to make sure I interview him. Like, I get it, and I'll post to whatever it is. Like, I'm not charging nobody for any. Y'all got me jacked up. Like, you know,
that's awesome.
Crazy. and I feel like in terms of artistry right now, we are all we got because the around us. We can't. Well, I got the background, but we got COVID stuff's closing. Schools are closing because it's cold. Like there's just so much stuff happening around us, and we literally just have to support each other because without music, everybody would be bored. I don't care what they say.
Yeah, exactly.
You're watching TV, there's music in there. Like there's music just everywhere. I'll say just to wrap this up. But not wrap it up because me and you, we go back and forth when we have like the question and stuff. And I know I have questions I sent you in the past, but I feel like the NFT, I asked a lot of you for that. So thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Well, I appreciate you so much for having me on. This is amazing for me.
Absolutely. What's the best advice that you have been given that you would pass along to someone else or pass along to another producer, or even right now with the NFTs? Like it could be like an advice like go get it right now, like go get that shit and go fuck, like I don't care what it is, but what's some advice that you have been given that you would pass along to somebody else? And then give me a DJ tag so I can save for later, like this is the Kid Tunes, like when you wrap up with lunch.
Okay, cool. That's a great, I don't even know how to answer that. There's so much to say. But I don't know. I don't know where I heard this, it could have been from a blog or wherever, but I guess in the end, the best advice is patience. Because actually, I think it was Jay-Z who said, I saw in like some Instagram post, he said, all he did was not stop. And that's like the best advice. Like you don't have to be the most talented person. I'm not the most talented musician, but I just like can't stop. And so I keep going. And in the end, like you see, once I heard that, I started noticing other artists who are successful saying that, like, Nipsey Hussle and, other people, you just keep going. And if you do that, you're more likely to succeed. And I guess what do you want me to say for the tag? Did I lose you?
Oh yeah, I'm over here going in. I'm over here like drop it all, drop everything. No, say this is the Kid Tunes. You're now on Lunch Is Over, but yeah, spin it how you want. But let us know where we can follow you at, your NFTs, your website, and then make sure you send me all your links so I can add it to the YouTube and the links and stuff like that after. Cool.
Yeah, so actually all my socials are the Kid Tunes, but I go by like just the Kid. So I'll say that. But this is the Kid with Lunch Is Over, hosted by DJ WhySham. And you're listening to, no, wait, let me try that again. This is the Kid with DJ WhySham, and you're listening to Lunch Is Over. How's that?
We appreciate you. Make sure, again, y'all go follow the Kid Tunes and download the Kid Tunes and Friends. The NFTs just got the Kid Tunes, instrumentals, the tracks, and all that stuff like that. But make sure y'all go support these artists and like just don't be a sucker. How about that? Just don't be a sucker. If you don't know, ask a question. Don't be a lame and be like, I'm not following. Like, this is how we can actually support each other. Honestly, it just takes one by one. Literally, if you go on the Boston Guy Next page, the Instagram, it says 1x1. That means we are trying to reach everybody one by one. You don't need to do it all, because if you reach one person and guess what, they have $1 million. I'm sold. You got me. Without further ado, Lunch Is Over on SparkFM Online, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Make sure y'all tap in with us next Tuesday and Thursday. We are out of here. See you later, alligator, after a while. Thank you, the Kid. I'll be in touch.
See you later. Thank you so much. Talk to you soon.
This is DJ WhySham from the 617 to your backyard. Again, we just had a dope episode with Jelani, Battle Axe, Extramentals, and the Kid Tunes. Make sure y'all check them both out. I love the producers. I love when the producers come through, because they are the ones who are doing the work. Like, come on now. They didn't have the beats. Y'all be, I don't know. Y'all probably be sounding like whatever, trying to do it on your own. And if they didn't engineer your projects, and some of them are, multi-talented, sounding crazy on the track. So make sure y'all go purchase some beats from the Kid Tunes and Battle Axe, Extramentals, and let's just show some love. We out of here.
Ain't gonna tell you that they love you. They gonna lie to you too. Figure out which one the truth, nigga, I got it off the muscle. Took all the stress with it too. Born soldier at the PJs, don't get this shit confused. They gon' tell you that they love you, they gon' lie to you too. Figure out which one the truth, nigga, I got it off the muscle. Took all the stress with it too, they gon' get this shit confused. I still got love in me too, huh? Still got love in me too, huh? Yeah, I still got love in me too.
I'm in the mix. I'm with the mixed baddies. I'm lit. We at the lit Addy. We at the B&B. Put that phone on D&D, baby. Hey. I'm in the mix. I'm with the mixed baddies. I'm lit. I'm at the lit Addy. I'm at the B&B. Put your phone on D&D, baby. Hey. Give me that. Ooh. Shorty, give me that bottle.
This is Lunch is Over.
Lunch is over.
Lunch is over.
We are the Loop.
This is your boy Alessis from Yo Soy Customs.
You're rocking with your boy, the Real D Nation.
And this is Lunch is Over.
They gon' tell you that they love you, they gon' lie to you too.
It's either make a living off of lyricism or sitting in the prison of a deferred vision, wishing I did it because I didn't. The scratching and the itching's indicative of ambition, or merely the symptoms of the eczema condition. Starting to get the feeling as I'm tearing and I'm peeling at my flesh is just revealing the necessity for healing. I'm bigger than my blemishes, bruises, bumps, and my scarring. All of us play upon a response to my Boston calling. My artistry's my heart, my body's made of paper. God tatted me up and inked my lines with his favor. I let my